Oh, hello. I'm Marty Markham, and this is Skyrocket. You remember Skyrocket, don't you? And how much fun we had last year at the Triple R Ranch? At first, of course, I didn't know anything about horses. It was Ollie, the head wrangler, and a real great guy who told me all about them.
Ollie?
Yeah?
How much can they drink?
Huh?
You know, 2 quarts a day, maybe? Gallon? 2 gallons?
Yeah, sure. Guess that'd be about right. 3 or 4, maybe.
I want to know how much he weighs. Ton, maybe?
Horse ain't that heavy. 1,100 pounds, maybe. Each 20, 25 pounds a day.
Being a city kid and a spoiled brat besides, I was scared to death of them.
School, everybody! Time for school! In the small corral!
Mr. Logan, the owner of the ranch, and Bill Burnett, our bunk counselor, taught me a lot, too. Remember when Mr. Logan showed us guys how to saddle and bridle a horse and how to throw a travel pack on a mule?
The horse has cutting teeth up here in front. In back, the grinders. Now, in the middle is nothing, just gums. That's where the bit fits in nice and comfortable. Breast collar in front, and breeching in back. That's to keep the load from slipping when you're going up or downhill. Now, these here are called kayaks. Put anything you want in them, flour, bacon, beans, sugar, what have you. They hang right on there. Now you see why the pack saddle's so handy. I'll put the other one on the other side. You gotta balance the load, that's very important.
But that didn't stop me from being miserable and lonesome. I was lonesome as heck until I found out that somebody else was lonesome, too. Little Freddie, who'd never been away from his parents before and wanted to go home.
Can I go home with you? Huh? My father worked, so he couldn't come after me until next weekend. I mean, as long as your chauffeur's coming after you, I could go part way with you, and my mother could meet me at the bus.
Oh, you're crazy. Go to bed.
I only thought that if you were...
Look it. You came here to stay all summer, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, then what's wrong with you? Go to bed. Leave me alone.
I'm sorry, Marty. I hope you have a nice trip home, Marty.
That would have been the turning point for me if Joe, he's the practical joker of the outfit, you remember, hadn't caught that frog and let Spin put it in my bed.
Snake! Snake! There's a snake in my bed! I feel it! There's a snake in my bed!
All right. Now, what's going on here?
He did it! I know he did it! He put a snake in my bed because I felt it!
What kind of a crazy stunt do you...
Oh, it ain't nothing but a little old hoppy frog.
Sure, I put it there. What are you going to do about it?
I'll show you.
Now, cut it out, Marty. Cool off.
Spin, the most popular fellow at the Triple R, and just about the best at everything. And I had to go and tangle with him. Everybody was against me except Ambitious. You remember Ambitious, the guy who'd rather sleep and read comic books than do anything else? But he turned out to be my first friend at the Triple R, and my second at the fight between me and Spin.
I don't care whether you fight or not. People who waste so much ambition are nutty anyway.
Yeah. I've noticed how ambitious you are.
Say, that's not a bad name for me. Ambitious. I like that.
Certainly fits you.
Boy, was that a fight. I'll never forget it. A real knockdown, drag-em-out hassle.
Come on, Spin, he's got a glass jaw.
Well, after we got that off our chest, we really started to have some fun. Like today, Speckle, he's the nature student, you remember, went out looking for butterflies and ended up meeting with a wild bear.
Speckle, look! Shh! Look, Speckle, look over there!
Will you leave me alone?
Right over there.
It's a bear.
Let's get out of here!
And will you ever forget the day Perkins took his first horseback ride on Daisy, the mule?
That's right. Now, here we go. Come on. Whoop! Off we go. Tally ho! Hey, hey!
On Daisy, you guys done
but a passenger. If she should decide to go sightseeing, he won't be back for a week.
Daisy, listen to me. How about a nice cup of tea, eh? Oh, we must be on our way home, Daisy. We've changed direction. And may I say, it's about time, too. Hooray! Perkins, where have you been? I can't stop to discuss it now, but I'll have a word with you later.
And how much fun we had practicing for the rodeo. That's Al. You remember him, the guy who was practically born in the saddle? Pretty handy with that old rope, too. Well, you've seen a few of the things that you remember happened last year. And now I'd like to show you a glimpse of some of the things that went on at the good old Triple R this summer. First off, there was a new little kid this year. His name is O'Hara, Montgomery O'Hara, but we called him Moochie for short. And what a character he turned out to be. At first, he was just as scared and weepy about leaving his folks as Freddie was last year. But once he got the hang of things, oh boy, he was on everything, with 2 left feet.
Hey, just 'cause your folks went off and left you, that's nothing to cry about. Who's crying? Gee, what do you want to do, be a mama's boy all your life? Well, this is the first time I've ever been to a summer camp. Say, what's your name anyway? Moochie.
At our first dinner, Mr. Logan announced the schedule for the summer. And a pretty good schedule it was, too. In addition to riding, calf roping, and camping, we had a swimming meet, a homemade movie of last year's rodeo, and a dance. A dance?
A dance? Dancing. Girls. How ducky. Quack, quack, quack.
Girls, good grief.
Hey, wait a minute, boys. What's the matter with girls?
Oh, phooey.
What's the matter, Spin? Don't you like to dance?
Heck no. Dancing's for drips.
Yeah. Who wants to spend the 4th of July dancing with a bunch of giggling girls?
That's right, a dance. You see, the old Circle H ranch across the lake is a girls' camp this year, and Mr. Logan invited the females over for the 4th of July dance. And that's what started all the trouble. Spin especially thought it was a dumb idea having a dance. But it wasn't very long before he changed his mind, and then he got old Ollie, who turned out to be a real hep kitty, to teach him.
Ollie, can you dance?
Sure.
Can you bop?
Can I bop? Why, man, haven't you heard? Who do you think was voted the most hep kitty down to the Jacksonville Saturday night hijinks?
No kidding? Well, could you teach me?
Darn tootin'. Come on, boy. I got a little old Victrola in the barn. Grab the shoeing box and away we'll go.
And do you know what made him change his mind? Well, here she is. And can you blame him? Her name is Annette. But right from the start, Spin got off on the wrong foot with her.
I suppose you're one of those Triple R boys.
Yeah. Any objections?
No, it's a free country.
We're just starting to practice for our swimming meet.
Oh, is that why you were churning up the lake?
What do you mean, churning?
You better practice timing your kicks to your strokes better if you want to beat any records.
Oh, I suppose you could do better.
It wasn't until the night we all went on a weenie roast and Spin got into a hassle about who was going to take her to the dance that we found out how much he liked her.
If what, Spin?
Well, that is, what I mean is, do you have a partner for the 4th of July dance?
Uh-huh. Marty asked me just a little while ago.
Oh.
Gosh, I'm sorry, Spin. I was hoping you'd ask me, but I found out you couldn't dance.
Who told you I couldn't dance?
Marty told me.
He would.
I would what?
What do you mean telling Annette I can't dance?
What's wrong with that? You can't, can you?
How do you know?
Oh, look, you told me yourself. It's a big idea. Everybody knows you can't. It's no secret.
You're pretty smart. Shooting off your mouth about something you know nothing about.
Well, one thing led to another, and first thing you know, we had another knock-down and drag-'em-out fight. I'm not going to tell you who won or what happened at the swing meet on account of it, because I think you ought to see for yourself. Last year, you heard quite a lot about my grandmother. She's kind of strict, you know. How scared we all were she'd show up here at the ranch someday. Well, she finally did. And boy, that's all we needed. Well, I sure hope you'll be with us to see all the other exciting things that happened. Like the dance, for instance, and why I didn't go to it. How Spin got in a jam. What happened to Skyrocket and... Here's Spin. Maybe he'll tell you about it. Nope, that wouldn't be fair. I figure you'd rather see it for yourself, wouldn't you?
Well, I'll be a blue-nosed gopher. Yeah! Go on, you crazy critter! Get back up in the hills where you belong! Yeah! Get out of there! Back to work, you loafers. Summer's here. Come on, Pancho, Beaver, hit the road. Wake up, Skyrocket. Back to work. Come on, sailor. Ben is waiting for you. Yeah. Yeah.
All seem glad to be back.
Kind of glad to be back myself.
Nice you could be with us again, Bill.
Think I'll have a look around.
Now be sure and feed my goldfish, Mom, and be careful with the snake. I will. You sure you have everything, son? Your fishing gear and your telescope and... Sure, Pop. I'm all set. Just be sure and take care of Wiggly.
Oh, darling, why did you bring home that awful snake? He's always teasing the goldfish and eats all the white mice as food.
Well, keep Wiggly penned up while I'm gone. Bye, Mom. Bye, Pop.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
dear.
Just a minute, Pop. Better take old Croaker back home with you. Here.
Ooh, take it away.
Here, give him to me.
Thanks, Mom.
Goodbye, dear. Take care of yourself.
Goodbye. Come on, Mom. Let's get going. Now listen, son, you be careful riding horses.
Oh, I will. They taught me last year.
Oh, well, darling, you may think you know how to ride, but you remember Marty broke his arm last
Oh,
year.
I won't break
Oh,
my
yes,
arm.
and those live horses, it's not like riding a carousel, you know.
You see, dear, I just
I'll
worry
be all right,
every
Mom.
night.
Dad, you and Mom better be going. You'll be late for the office.
All right, but now you be real careful,
Oh,
won't you?
I will, Dad. You don't have to worry.
Well,
Oh,
I do
come
worry.
on, Mom. What are you crying about? You want me to have a good time, don't you?
Oh, of course I do, Freddie, darling. But
Well, you
know
and Dad
I
better be
worry
going.
about you
Now you
so
be real
much.
careful.
Get your feet in. Come on, get your feet in.
Goodbye, darling.
I'll send you a postcard.
All right.
Be real careful now.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye, dear. Goodbye.
Well, old timer, how's it going?
Fine, Mr. Burnett, fine. Mom and Dad just left. Gee, what a fuss they made. You'd think I was a baby. Golly, I thought they'd never leave. Boy, am I going to have fun this summer.
You and me both, Freddie.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I got to go over to the bunkhouse and unpack. I'll see ya.
Sure.
Hey, what's with you? Nothing. Aw, just 'cause your folks went off and left you, that's nothing to cry about. Who's crying? Gee, what do you want to do? Be a mama's boy all your life? Well, this is the first time I've ever been to a summer camp. Gosh, you don't know what you've missed. The Triple R is the best place in the whole world. And the kids are swell. And we get to go on hikes and ride horses. I'm scared of horses. Well, I was too at first, but you get used to them. And you can ride Daisy, too. And we've got a burro, too, even smaller than Daisy. And maybe we can go on a snipe hunt like we did last summer. What's a snipe? A snipe's a bird, silly. Of course, I never saw one, but that's what Speckles says they are, and he ought to know. He's a nature scientist. Say, what's your name, anyway? Moochie. Mine's Freddie. Well, come on, Moochie, let's go over to the bunkhouse and meet the rest of the gang. Well, come on. Get your stuff. I'll help you unpack. Here we are, Moochie. This is the bunkhouse. Gee, how many guys sleep here? Oh, about a dozen. Come on, let's go pick out our bunks. Okay. I think I'll take a lower one this year. Which one's mine? Why don't you take this one? It's the one I had last year, and boy, is it comfortable. It's a long ways up. Oh, I'll boost you. Or you can use the chair. Gee, it is comfortable. Yeah.
Back to work, you jugheads! Yeah! Get ready for those wild cowboys. Come on, boy, get in. Yeah! Yeah!
Hi, Ollie.
Hi, cowboys!
Hi, fellas.
Hiya, Joe. Hi, Joe. What's happening? When'd you get here?
Just a couple of minutes ago. Is Spin coming back this year?
Are you kidding? He won a free summer for being High Point man at the rodeo last year, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Spin's over the bunkhouse changing his clothes. Right now.
Oh, good. Is Marty coming?
Yeah, and I'll sure be glad to see him. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Opolo's a good guy, all right. He can play on my team anytime.
Boy, it sure feels good to be back to good old Triple R again.
Yeah. Marty called it a dirty old farm. Remember?
Yeah. Hey, look what's here.
Hiya, fellas.
Hello,
Hi,
Freddie.
Freddie. Who's a peanut?
This little guy's Moochie, fellas. Hiya, fellas.
Hiya,
Hiya,
Mooch.
have fun.
Welcome to Triple R.
Hey, what you doing? Standing in a hole or something?
Ha ha. Very funny. Very funny. Well, come on, Mooch. I'll show you around the ranch. See ya, fellas.
See you.
Marty here yet?
Haven't seen him, Spin.
Gosh, I hope he's coming. Sure he is. Mr. Logan said so.
I guess I'll finish unpacking.
Yeah, me too. Boy, Ambitious, I can hardly wait to see Sailor. Say, Spin, you don't suppose that... What? Well, you know. You don't think there's any chance that Marty's changed back?
Changed back? How do you mean?
Well, you know how he was acting last year. High hat and always getting himself fouled up.
Forget it. That was last year.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, he was a pretty stubborn guy.
Well, so he was a drip for a while. Wasn't his fault. The way his grandmother spoiled him and everything. And us kids picking on him all the time. Especially me.
Well, somebody had to pound some sense into his fool head.
Now, wait a minute, Ambitious. If you're talking about that fight, I didn't win it and you know it. It was a draw.
Sure, I know it, but he's been away for a whole year now, and he's a rich kid. His grandmother's so crazy about him. Well, gosh, he could have changed back to his old goon self.
Yeah, I guess he could have at that, but... Oh, nah.
I'll never forget the first time we saw him. Remember?
Boy, do I remember. We were riding old Gwendolyn out the gate. You, Joe, and I. And all of a sudden, a block-long limousine almost ran us down. And up off the floor came Martin Markham III.
Get out of the way! What are you trying to do? Wreck my grandmother's car?
Master Martin, sir.
You have no right to block the roads anyway. Get out of our way.
So that's Marty Markham.
Huh. Just as I thought. The Triple R is nothing but a dirty old farm.
Well, what's our dirty old farm coming to? Sure was a stinker, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was.
Speckles here. Oh, and that new kid, Moochie, have you seen him yet?
No.
Boy, is he a character.
Here comes Marty's car.
Wait a minute, Bill. Let him meet the kids first, just in case, huh?
All right.
Hey, fellas, Marty car's coming up the road.
Hot dog.
Well, here we are, Master Martin.
I wonder. I hope. I know.
Way out there on the Triple R, yippee-yay, yippee-oh. The horses are the best by far, yippee-yay, yippee-oh. So saddle up, boys, and saddle up well, and listen to the story that I have to tell. Yippee-yay, yippee-yi, yippee-oh. When tender feet come to the Triple R, yippee-yay, yippee-oh. They get on a horse, but they don't ride far, yippee-yay, yippee-oh. Oh, around the corral they trot and trot till they can't sit down on the tender spot. Yippee-yay, yippee-yi, yippee-oh.